What's going on, Eternity Living fam? We back. Got another episode. Today, man, listen, today we have a dope guest, to the show, to the podcast, and I'm glad I get a chance to sit down with this young man. It's been a minute since I seen him in person, and it's been a minute since we talked, but I'm thankful for good-hearted people like that that's willing to, still rock out with you no matter what. So before we get into it, I just want to share this clip with you all, and then we're gonna get into it. Here we go.
Bros? So you guys want to pledge yourselves to Sigma Alpha Cap?
Yo. I have my face, drug away. She wanna live and hibernate. I took a chance, there's a lot to take. I took it right in and up right away.
Louboutin, I know Nike. Free Quino or Smite. Christian Dior when I walk. I got the grip on the tour. I came in here with the
What's up, bro?
Listen, let's get right to it, man. We got Jahleel Hills in the building, everybody. What's good, boy?
Hey man, how you feeling?
Man, listen, I'm feeling good, man. As you know, man, I just been busy, man. Just trying to get to it as an entrepreneur, man. It's definitely a tough world out here, but I'm doing it, man. And so we out here just trying to make things happen, man. How you been, man?
I'm doing good, dude. I mean, can't really complain. Just trying to make things happen. Drumming, filming, and being in the city. Always, everything's always moving. So trying to stay busy. Oh, it's Jahleel too.
Oh yeah, Jahleel. We got it. Yeah, man. And so when you say the city, bro, like what city are you in? I know you in New York, but let the people know where you at.
I'm from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn in the building, everybody. Brooklyn in the building. Listen, let's go back in time. So how did we meet, man? You remember how we met?
Yeah, it was at my church, Berean Baptist Church. Shout out to Berean, my home church. It was we literally did you hear me okay?
Yeah, everything good, bro. You good.
So I think for the church anniversary, y'all were the guest church and you came, y'all were the guest band. I think you played keys. And
Yeah.
I just remember sitting on the side watching y'all play, like, yo, these musicians are killing it. Like y'all were like, and I felt like, being from Berean, there's always like amazing, great musicians, and it was really great seeing amazing musicians from another state. And like, yo, I remember your drummer just chopping out, like, y'all were jamming out. It felt really cool to see, the great like y'all style and like how y'all worship, and it was just it was cool, and you were great people. We reached out and we connected. And I think you also y'all stayed for the block party that year too. And yeah,
Epic.
you know. So y'all definitely vibe to the cookout always. So but uh I think that's how we met, like connected. I think I was young too. I think I was in high school. I think
Yes, sir.
it was great to like network and like meet and like connect with another musician. I think that was like especially from like over like different like state lines. You feel me? So
Right. No, that moment was definitely dope because, like, honestly, bro, like, I was excited. The reason why was because something in me always wanted to be from Brooklyn. I'm not lying, bro. Like something like even right now, like I always tell people, they be like, "Yo, where's one space you want to like move into? Like one place if you can go, you will go." I said Brooklyn for a year. For a year, I want to go to Brooklyn for a year, and the reason why is because when we came up to perform, yo, the energy was just so dope. Like it was like a movie. So when I came and the block party, we outside. I see kids running around the basketball park right across the street. I saw my man like in some overalls and a white tee, dreadlocks. He was like just dope. It was like almost sitting on the stoop in the movie, bro. It was unreal. And so that moment was big for me, honestly, to come to the city and play. You never know who's watching. And so to come up there and play, Berean Baptist is a huge church up there, so many members, and just to be in that environment, like it was scary, but it was also fun, man.
Mhm.
And so, man, just coming and then meeting you. I remember initially like we started talking, man, and you were just telling us how you love the band and how good of a job we did. But then like we saw you playing drums as well, and we supported, and like we told you, like it's not about all that other stuff, bro. It's about doing what you can do
Mhm.
and you getting the job done. And so like, bro, just to see you playing drums and something you love, which your career is crazy right now as well. So we're gonna get into that. But just seeing you in your beginning stages, and you was already chopping it up outside of the drum set, but just for me to be able to see you in that element, man, I knew that you was good people. I wanted to connect with you as well, and like lifetime type situation, So I know life happens. You don't really chop it up too much, man, but it's good to be here again with you, having this conversation, breaking bread, and just uplifting each other, man. So definitely, man.
Nah, thank you, man. Appreciate that, man. Like, I'm glad to like be here and can also chop it up. Like, I know you and your people's like always like reached out and like over the years you definitely been supporting me, like definitely reaching out like on different texts and everything. So man, I appreciate you, dude, for being like, someone like always like with the support. Awesome. Like, I'm glad to be here. So
Yeah, you know it, man. That's how it's always gonna be. And so let's get into it, man. Like, so first you from Brooklyn. I gotta talk junk too. Brooklyn Steppers, if you're gonna listen to this podcast,
yeah,
just know
BK Steppers, shout out BK Steppers.
hey, you know it. Hey, listen. Hey man, it was fun going up against them. I know we had that conversation before, man. Like when I was in high school, we marched against them. We competed. Us and Hillside combined together for a damn all-star band. And it
Okay.
was pretty sick. It was sick, man. Like they sound so good. I ain't even gonna lie. Like it sounded good, man. But that was just a fun time coming up. And like so how did your experience start as far as playing drums or whatever? Where did that passion come from? When did you start?
So I remember like always loving the drums since I was like 3 years old and seeing my godmother playing the drums in church at Berean and being like, oh, that's really cool. I love the rhythm of the beat. And then seeing my cousin, who's very, very talented musician, uh, him playing the drums at a very young age and him like really having great style and rhythm and, always grooving and like seeing that really inspired me to like always play. And then when I was about in the 5th grade, I remember looking up a lot of drum covers, different songs. I mean, I say maybe I could like figure out if I could play a set this way, and I remember joining my drum line. I was young at the time to join the drum line. I was 11 years old, and they put me on cymbals. My band director, Byron Benton,
Mm,
Dr. Byron Benton, and he believed in me as a youngin and really put me on to this new life like of drumming, and it opened the doors for me in so many ways. So after cymbals, I played tenor, and after tenor,
okay.
the snare, and then now I also do so many different things. I play in the New York Giants drum line, the G line. I work on different drum line groups around the city. You know, BK Steppers, Black Fire Percussion. And it's really cool to be in this drum community, especially with my solo show that as a show style snare drummer recently doing Arlie's Grocery, and just you know all that started with a program that was like, we're gonna do this to give young people a skill, and not
Mhm.
for me and for a lot of my peers. I think it's opened a lot of doors for us. So I'm really grateful how everything started.
Man, listen, I can't let you skip over this, man. It's two things that you said. The first thing was the New York Giants, which we're gonna get back to that one, right? But the mentorship aspect of somebody coming to you like, hey, we're gonna do this for the youth, and then as a youth, you took it on, you trusted it, and now you see what it turned into. Like that's amazing. And to my people that's out here that's thinking about mentorship, make sure you do it for the right reason too. Like
Hmm.
don't mentor these young, bucks out here and then expect something back from them as well. Like do it from a kind heart, and
Yeah.
it's gonna go far, because kids are looking for opportunity, and you know, honestly, that's something that I'm looking to do. I'm looking to provide opportunity as well. So it's big that you say that. So now people see. But now we talking New York Giants, man. Like understanding, like, hey, that's New York still, and the play on the drum line, on a Sunday
Mhm.
out there. Like, what is that experience like? What is that?
Oh, it's really amazing, to play for a professional football team, the part of the drum line, and for play for the fans. It's just a real experience, man. Because like I started in high school. So speaking of mentors, my my other drumline mentor, Ben Nadler, he put on a lot of us to a lot of gigs in the industry, and I mean industry meaning a lot of gigs and drumline community and teaching us different skills and everything. So he was a really big mentor in my life, and him putting me on to get to the New York Giants drumline. It's very exhilarating. Always hyping up the fans and making sure they're good. They're nice and ready to see a great, exciting game. And then
Yeah,
after
yeah,
the game, we hyping them up and like they're going home cheering. And it's cool because you really see people like really enjoy when you're marching. You see people come up, kids playing your drums or like and you're chanting with the fans like "Let's go Giants!" And it's cool. And like I remember doing it so young. I started when I was 18 years old, and like, I was a senior in high school, and like people
yeah.
come up to me like man, you in high school doing this? It's crazy. Like my friends were like telling me in school like that's so wild that I can do it, and I feel really blessed to have this amazing opportunity. So it's really great. It's so awesome. So.
Right. Now I gotta put you on the spot. I gotta put you on the spot. Are you a Giants fan? I gotta put you on the spot.
Let's go Giants! Let's go Giants! Let's go Giants!
Hey, let's go Giants. Let's go Giants. And no, for real. So that's dope, man. And then like moving forward, man, I know you started doing some videos yourself too. And I think your marketing is good, bro. Like finding different spots around the city or whatever. And then you playing, rhythms and so many dope rhythms if you understand drumming, just the rudiments that you use and just the showmanship is real dope, man. And so
Yeah.
I know like your video started blowing up, man. Like what was that like as far as like people really starting to watch you and you getting the feedback from the people?
Yeah, well, it started. I remember before my junior year of high school, and there's a in the show style snare drumming world, there's a community of drummers, New York City all over. And I've seen a lot of people post videos, and I kept looking at people post videos, and I'm like, oh, I could drum and post videos too. So then I started doing some on little small videos, just my drum pad and just like something chill. And then I started adding music, and then with my film background, also being a filmmaker, going to a film high school, and going to purchase for majoring in film, and adding that concept to it, involving the process, and that really
Mm,
started with I want to say sophomore year when I really got on the grind with it. I knew I wanted to make more and more drum videos, and my friend Eve Alphonse, who I still work with to this very day, I remember at the end of our freshman year of college, he was like, "I want to get better at he wants to get better at camera work." I'm like, "Cool, you're shooting on you're shooting on my drum videos," and
right.
we just went off and made a lot of projects together. He produced two of my shorts, and he, for him, it was great collabing with the drum videos though. Um, I feel like it was just a way of me to express myself through song and through video. I try to add like a little bit of something like humor sometimes, and
Yeah.
like I even like when I did the drum skit of it was something like when you're drumming and your roommate is like on a Zoom class, something like that. I don't know, just like even like writing that, it was just fun,
Yeah.
and I think I want to find a way to take these videos and different directions and be a part of this big drumline community, and also like making my mark with it.
Right. And I believe it's gonna happen, man. Like I'm glad you said what you said. It's bigger than drumming. Like you're an actor, filmmaker as well. And then also I can't skip this. Having somebody that's on your team that sees your vision or really wanting to see you successful and they come to you and they willing to help because a
Yeah,
lot of people nowadays want to skip that. Like so many people want a handout. Oh, let me ask for money. I ain't gonna do it unless there's money involved. Like whatever. Like it's dope to have people that's on your team. You know, I have somebody like that with me.
Yeah.
You know, who they not asking for a dollar, but they creating. You know, and shout out because people don't know this, and shout out to my listeners. But we just started a record label.
Oh, congrats! Congrats.
Yes, sir. So
I mean,
higher vibes with the same person.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was the beauty of college. It's like the team I made, my two short films. Now all this being in the entertainment film industry and like making money from it, and being able to like create and do things. I feel like you got to keep those people around, because like those are the people your close collaborators, and I feel so blessed to go to a school like SUNY Purchase that has so many great collaborators and artists that I create projects with, and I collaborate with, and just great minds, and just continue to have that connection, and like also other connections around the city. It's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
beautiful, the support.
You know it, man. And so one thing you said too, you want to go back and help out, the city, man. That's pretty big. That's big. A lot of some people don't do that. Some people make it, then they like forget it. I made it. I'm gonna live my life. But you have a heart to still go back to help somebody just like you was helped.
I
That's
feel
big.
like it's a lot. I feel there's a lot I want to accomplish. And I think there's a lot I want to get done, and I feel like when you collaborate with people on a project bigger than you, so many things can flourish from that. I just look at great film mentors like Spike Lee, and like how he
Mhm.
started his production company, and he made his film She's Gotta Have It. I think I was listening to an interview with his editor Barry Brown, and he said, she's got to have it. Like a lot of their collaborators wouldn't have careers without it. And how that really made the path for not only Spike Lee and his team, but for other people's team. A lot of people said they wanted to be filmmakers. They didn't say like do the right thing or something. You know, so I think when you see things like that and how it can happen, even coming from Purchase College and our alumni, Hal Hartley, he was an independent filmmaker in the '90s.
Yeah.
He put on a lot of he worked with a lot of great actors, and he really worked with a lot of phenomenal people like Edie Falco, to name one, who's a phenomenal actor, still working, and it was great. I feel like it was just awesome. I remember that I remember when you see alumni like great people doing this, you kind of want to be believing in yourself. So I and understanding how people are so talented, and like how people have so many gifts, and we're on this planet to like make a really
Yeah.
do something with
Yeah.
it. And I really feel blessed that I can collaborate with people and get to do this. It's beautiful.
Right, man. And you definitely give due to where you're supposed to give it to, man. You shout out your people. You always tagging them as well. And I think that's big to do that. Definitely the people that's helping you or have, kind of put you on to some gigs and stuff like that as well. Just giving them that credit because, you never want to be I did it myself or it was me, 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 me. Like, you got it. People help people.
Yep.
And so to get that credit is big. And speaking of, man, I know you came across some great opportunities as well, like these commercials, man. Let's talk about it. One that I saw, a while back was what Best Buy.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
wait a minute. So let's talk about that. How did you get in this Best Buy commercial, man? And I saw you got FaceTime too, so that's dope.
Yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate it. So with the Best Buy commercial, so speaking with the Purchase, they call it the Purchase Mafia, the filmmakers, actors, a lot of art people, um, who got a lot of alumni, in the film acting world. It's called the Purchase Mafia. So, what alumni reached out to me, and he said, I'm working on a commercial with Best Buy, and do you want to audition? I'm like, yeah, definitely. I would love to audition. And I go to the city, audition at their office, and actually, no, I auditioned on the roof of a Manhattan office. So like you see the whole skyline of Manhattan. You feel like, and mind you, the drum is loud. It's a porta snare. So
Mhm.
like imagine that fills up the air, and all you see is this Manhattan skyline. It just looks so beautiful. It's like wow, my sound is filling the city. So
Yeah.
that was great. And then um so I audition, and then I wait a bit, thinking, okay, maybe I didn't. If I didn't get it, I don't know, maybe. And then she reached out saying, "Yes, I got it." Like, cool. It was awesome. And the great thing about that gig, um, when I got on set, I remember I mentioned at the time I went to purchase, and people were like,
Mhm.
purchase. There was so many purchase alumni working on that set, so it really felt really awesome to collaborate with these guys. And like
That's
even
dope.
though we all went to the same college, and maybe not at the same time, but like we were saying the same thing because we have a big festival called Culture Shock. We're like, who came your year? Who came your year? What? Like talk about different experiences, like, especially in a professional setting, and it was great being on that set. It was cool. It felt wild. Like yo, this is like I'm like, yo, Lord, this is really a
Yeah.
restaurant commercial. But God is great, and it was really awesome, and I was proud of being in. And shout out to the people who put me on. It was awesome. It was great.
Man, that's dope,
Shout out to my
man.
brother who drove. I couldn't drive at the time, so shout out to my brother who drove me to the set. Yeah.
Hey, listen, that's dope, bro. Like I said, having people in your corner, man, it makes everything worth it too. Like it's like the humble foundation of going through things and then seeing how things are still happening, like or how you made it, bro. It's definitely dope, bro. Definitely dope. And I got one thing, man. I don't know about this roof situation in Manhattan, man. Y'all got some pretty tall buildings out there in New York. I ain't no roof type of guy, bro. I would have been up there nervous, hands
Nah,
sweaty.
it was no like it. I should probably explain it. It was like a very big roof. Like
Mm.
I felt very secure. We weren't like wilding. Like it was like we like
Yeah.
no, okay. Like nah, like it was. I couldn't explain that. It was a very secure roof, and you you could see the city. You could see the entire city around you, and I
Mm.
feel like I'd never seen Manhattan like that. So I went to uh, Academy for Career in Television and Film in Long Island City. Now, in Long Island City, you have a really great view of the skyline. So I saw that every day in high school. Now, auditioning at for the Best Buy commercial, I'm literally seeing the city from within. You feel me?
Mm.
And you see all the tall buildings around you. You feel like the sound was like captivating it. So yeah, I should have explained that a little bit better. Like
Nah,
yeah, it was good.
I feel you. Hey, listen, secured or not, man, there's something about heights that get me, bro. Like we start talking about skydiving, bungee jumping. Listen, my
Oh,
hands are sweaty, bro.
dude,
I could.
skydiving is a different experience, dude. I
Mm-mm.
went before, and I'm hoping to go again. It's really
So,
like
what was that experience like, bro?
with
What
skydiving.
was that? Yeah, like what was going through your head the first time you did it, bro?
I'm not gonna hold you. The first time I was in the plane, and I was like, "Yo, we going past the clouds, man!" Like
Oh
I'm so
man.
my bad, but we went pretty high in the air, and at first, like when we jumped off the plane, I closed my eyes. I was like, "Oh, it's kind of like I felt the wind and everything." I thought, "Nah, I paid good money for this." So I opened my eyes, and I saw it was a beautiful experience. You definitely pray a lot before you go up there, but I think it was cool. It was fun,
Hey,
and I had a good time, man. Yeah.
how fast did you drop? Because the videos give us illusion that it take a lot of time to get from that plane to the ground. But as I hear you, it takes like a couple of seconds or like a minute or something to get out.
I
How
want
was that?
I would say I want to say I was in the air for at least I don't want to say 5 minutes. It could have been longer. We were dropping for a minute, and then we landed right by like the in the grass area, like right by where we took off. I mean, I feel like I was in the air for a minute. I think it's like the dropping and then the parachute, and they're just like looking. It's fun. It's really if you're scared of heights, I get it, and they do
Mm-mm.
kind of waiver all that stuff. I think I'm talking too much about this, but
No, you good. You good.
yeah, I think skydiving it's fun. It's cool. Safety it makes sure you're safe, but I had a good time. But I get it if you're scared. So do you not like roller coasters?
No, I like roller coasters. I'm straight on that.
Okay.
Now, yeah. Upside down, high drops. I'm good.
You know what gets me? Yeah, the one that you strap in like this and you go up like that one.
Uh-huh.
That one always got. It gets me because this feeling in your stomach is like the pressure right there. And also, I remember on my senior trip in high school, I
Mhm.
had like these big rock earrings. Like they were good and they were cool earrings. And I went on them, and I kid you not, gravity pulled something. It was, came up the whole both earrings. Boom! I could not find it. I didn't even look to find it too. I was like, I lost that in the sky. It's over. Like there's no.
Yeah.
I was like,
Like it dropped down, you be like, here you go. I got him.
yeah.
Nah,
Look up.
that's tough, bro. That's
Yeah.
tough. So like, man, listen. So adrenaline rushes, right? Like, so I saw it was one particular performance, man, and your Instagram went crazy as far as what you reposted. But the performance with Little Nas X, bro,
Mm,
like, how was that experience? Now, one, you know everything that was going on around that time, right? So you got your political views and you
mm,
got whatever, but then just the fact that you were able to play in that performance on that massive drum line or band experience,
yeah.
like walk us through that. Like, how was that? Did y'all practice a lot? Like, what was it like?
Yeah. So for that gig, I had to audition for that actually. So I remember I got reached out to from the band director of Brooklyn Lions Drumline. Shout out Steph, and he reached out to me being like, "Hey, VMAs are auditioning for a Lil Nas X performance, drumming, being part of the band. Here's the address." So me, a lot of my drum friends, we went there and we auditioned for it, and we got a call back the next day. We were like, "Oh, that's great, that's awesome." And then I remember, we were going over the choreography. They put my brother and I in the front, and we are like, "Yeah, y'all two are gonna be in the front leading Lil Nas X out." And then when you're in the moment, you're just like, I'm just trying to learn the moves and practicing. I was when I went after rehearsal, I was just practicing the moves, everything at home, everything. Make sure everything was good. And went to Barclays Center for dress rehearsal and like meeting Lil Nas. And first of all, he is a cool guy. He was very nice. He was very
Mhm.
cool. He was spoke to the band. He was doing a little. I remember it was cool. My brother and I were going over the choreography. Then we turned around. We see Lil Nas X having a dance battle with the rest of the band. It was fun. But
So,
so when we did, I remember performing in that moment, like on that day, just like because it was a huge stage. I didn't realize how big it was until after the performance. But like I remember going out on that stage, just being in the moment, just like this is choreography, like it's just we're part of this big band. Let's just do it. I didn't even realize. I didn't even. Uh, I mean, I knew I was in front, but I was like, let me just focus on this.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Afterwards, just being like, oh, we should perform like at this really big thing. And I feel really blessed, and I feel blessed for all the connections, who made that happen, and I felt like people were reaching out to me, being like, "Oh my gosh, it was awesome! That was great!" My college, Burgess College, and people who still went through was reaching out, and it was just fun to see like all the support and everything. But that was a huge moment. That was a really wild moment.
Now, man, like you said, that's a huge performance. But listen, you're not. Hey, the big screen is where you used to be, man. Listen, because I was scrolling on your Instagram and I come across a picture, and I want to ask you about this Madison Square Garden. Seeing
Okay,
your picture on a big jumbotron in Madison Square Garden,
yeah.
yo, epic, epic.
So
Come on, man.
my drumline, Berean Community Drumline, shout out BCD. We did a performance at the Liberty game, and I still have the basketball they gave us. It was really awesome. And
Mm,
it was at Madison Square Garden, and I remember we were doing the performance. That picture was at the very last note, and I remember. So that's my brother right next to me.
okay.
Picture, and I remember like the choreo, well, the movement was we move up and we just like stand still with a really nice stare down face, and literally. So then we're like nice finishing, vice, cool, and then I'm like I saw a cameraman in front. And I was like, yo, I'm going to steal right down that camera. And my brother saw me walk up towards that camera. He's like, Jaleel's gonna go to that camera. Let me go towards that camera with him. And I think the last thing was boom, 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 pop, 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 boom, pop, boom, pop, boom, pop. And it's like straight into the camera. I just remember the cameraman being like, yeah, this was great. And it was beautiful. It was great. That was fun.
Man, that's tough. Do you get nervous in front of cameras? Like, have you ever got nervous in front of cameras?
Oh yeah, I feel like in the beginning, but I feel like you do get nervous a bit sometimes, but I try to take the nervousness and try to add it to the performance somehow. Just being like, maybe I could turn this, take this and be more personable. Just really focus on my part.
Mhm.
Um, but I thought, like the nerves did come a little bit for the VMAs, but like I stopped. The nerves went away when I really focused on like I hear the task at hand. Like this is it. And then I think over the years of performing and being in front of people, I think the nerves get more calm, and you get to put those nerves towards your performance and get to you know bring out more energy and be able to be more personal with the crowd. You know, just having fun with it. Honestly, I mean that's like the biggest thing. Get over nervousness. Just having fun with the performance.
When you say VMAs, man, it sounds like a million people in that building, man.
There were a lot of folks, man. A lot of people. I don't know if there were a million, but there were a lot of people. A lot of people.
Right. Yo, that's dope, man. And let me see about this fashion show. So the
Oh,
fashion show video when y'all was playing drums.
yeah.
First off, that's epic to be at a fashion show like that and
Mm,
like seeing the garments. I'm very much into fashion as well. I like look at it, even though high fashion. I ain't really out here booming in or whatever trying to purchase it, but it's dope to see the concepts and ideas that these people come up like.
mm.
Even the Kanyes and all these other people that do these fashion show, and then Louis Vuitton and so forth, so on. But to actually experience it up close, firsthand, and you doing what you love to do, like what was kind of going through your head in that moment as well, or what was the preparation for that?
So I got um reached out to by a friend and a new colleague, Jalen, who's a phenomenal drummer. He just on Broadway drumming for Color Girls.
Hmm.
Like, phenomenal drummer. He reached out to me being like, "Hey, you want to do this Pierre Moss fashion show?" And he explained the gig, and I was like, "Yeah, I would love to do it." And I remember just feeling like, cause at the cause I remember like, how can I fit into this? How can I play? And when my friend Martine from Purchase, he also was doing the gig, and he
Yeah.
was playing on. They had bucket drums, and he brought a cymbal, like the hi hat. It was like a hi hat, like that sounds a lot in like rap and trap music. And
Hmm.
I wish I had the name of it. I had the holes in it, little holes, turtles in it. The name can't is not dawning on me right now. But so he gave me that hi hat to play, and like, hey man, like just like keep like a good snare beat. So I feel like I got to really like fit into playing it, and and I felt very comfortable. And then going to the event itself, black excellence all over the place, dude. Like, see, like Elaine Brown, who's part of the Black Panthers Party and who's a civil rights activist. Her speech was powerful. I still listen to her speech from time to time when I'm feeling down or when I'm like, understanding like where should we go from here. Like she opened her speech saying, um, "All power to all the people,
Hmm.
power to the people." Now that we said that, where do we go from here? And to quote from Martin Luther King, and she really, and I'm to people listening to this podcast who haven't heard it. Pierre Moss Fashion Show, 2021. Uh, the link, like, well, the whole show is amazing with the couture. But Lane Brown's speech was really phenomenal, and to be in the building, it felt very right. It was like, it felt very like I'm here for a reason, and to be around all these great people making history that day, and to see Kirby, John Raymond to like have his vision come to life, and also himself being from Brooklyn, it was really great to see all that, and it was awesome. Met some great people there. It was just like, and the experience was cool. The chemistry between the band and the singers were great. Dancers were great too, and the whole production team, and it was just really great. And shout out to Dario, who was the head of the, he was one of the creative directors of the fashion show and the band and the music, and it was really cool, like seeing a lot of people's vision and work come to life, and it was great to be around, like all that black excellence in history. And it was at Madam C.J. Walker's estate, and it was just like to be in that building in that location was just phenomenal.
Yeah. Man, listen, it sounded like you took it in, man. Like, I mean, I
Also,
can imagine being around a lot of prolific people like that, or
yeah.
hearing certain things like that as well, man. That's
Also, it's called Pierre Moss Fashion Show.
you said P
P-Y-E-R
P-Y-E-R.
M-O-S-S Fashion Show.
P-Y-E-R.
Yeah, M-O-S-S. And yeah, it was just phenomenal to be, around all that, like in the summer, and like that's right when I graduated, and
Oh,
that suit was fire. Like it was an all white suit. I was very nervous to not get it dirty, and I think I did a pretty good job. But it was fun. It was a really fun experience. It was a really mind blowing experience. Yo, it was great.
so those costumes were was it like a high designer, or were they given to you? Like,
Nah, we
did
didn't
you
get.
have it?
I'll say this: I didn't get to keep the suits from Pierre Moss, but um I did get to keep one, they sent a t-shirt, so shout out to them, they're really great. And
Mm.
also I did get to keep the hat from and the jacket from the VMAs. So I don't
Mhm.
know when I'm gonna pop out with that again. Like maybe I don't even want to do it for a costume party, just randomly, just like show up to Starbucks one day in that hat and just stand up, just be like
Take the drum and then just start going crazy. Yeah. Nah, that jump would be dope, man, for real. Nah, just hope they don't kick you out or ban you, bro.
oh no, they shut now. I feel like a lot yeah, yeah, I feel like a lot of street performing in the city is yeah,
Yeah, yeah, all day, bro. All day. Now, just like going through these different scenarios, working with different people, I understand you're a faith guy as well. How important is it for you to keep your faith, and also what allows you to work with people even if they may not be believers or have the same faith as you? Like, what is the heart posture that you go into those gigs or opportunities with?
Um, I feel like it's a great question. The faith has to be within you, and I know that God is looking down and watching out over me, and and everything else I've been given in my life, and I know it can't just be a coincidence. So I keep my faith. I always pray, talk to God, um, stay close to my church, and stay church close to my a relationship with the Lord. Um, and being brought up in the church, and seeing my family worship God, seeing and like being in the environment, seeing how God has changed so many lives. I think it's really important to always remember that, and you got to find your own personal relationship with God. I feel like a lot of people, God is everywhere, and He's omnipotent and omniscient, and omnipresent, excuse me, and I feel like everyone has a different relationship with the Lord, and you have to find your perfect relationship with the Lord. I hope I said that right. God is omnipotent and omniscient. That right? I don't know if that's right.
I
Hope
did.
that's right.
Yeah.
But God is everywhere. I feel like everyone has to find their own relationship with the Lord, and I feel like how to with people who doesn't have that faith. Actually, one of my best friends from high school, he didn't believe in God, and we never argued at all. Like we had like debates, because him, and he was actually willing to come to one of my Bible studies to talk about it with the class. And I feel like you, I still you can still pray for people who don't have that faith, and I still I feel like it is all a matter of respect, and like they respect your religion, and also like you like show love. God says show love to everybody, even people who don't believe,
Right.
so you always show that love as a Christian, and you keep the peace. I feel like you work with them, and like um in a professional setting. But I think it is possible to like work with someone like who doesn't have the same faith. Um, yeah.
Right, and man, that's definitely what this brand is about. So to bring awareness, to your listeners, my listeners, on what this brand is about, it is about loving people where they are,
Yeah.
and also like everybody doesn't have the same upbringing, and so everybody would get a chance to know about God or have the opportunity to hear about the Word of God, and that's on them to believe or not. But for us, we are called to actually love those people or love thy neighbor as thyself. And so a lot of times we have to reflect in moments and be like, hey, well, if I was this person, how would I want to be
Mhm.
pursued or treated?
Yeah.
And so like if we just walk in love and pure love with good intentions of the heart, you could build a relationship with that person or unbeliever. And when they ask you about your life, like, why are you so nice? Why are you so forgiving? Why are you so easy going or easy to talk to or whatnot? You're able to express to them then your faith. But a lot of times people try to bash the word on people, bash, like, no, you either you believe or not, but then you never got a chance to even know that person.
Mm.
Now, a setting for that would be in church. Okay, if they come to church, okay, do your job. But out here on the streets, like just walk in love. Hey, how you doing? What's your name?
Yeah.
What do you enjoy doing? Oh, I
Um,
like that too.
doing-
If
like,
somebody's struggling, like a homeless person, man, listen, I done talked to so many homeless people before, and definitely when I was in Charlotte. But I have learned stuff from homeless people, and some of these homeless people are very smart. They're intelligent. Some of them are. Some of them, their minds are not gone. You just got to be able to have a conversation, and they got to be willing to open up to you. But
mm,
there are some that may not be on that same route. But even outside of that, when they come down to people of, different cultures or, you know, relationships, men, women, men, whatever, you
mm.
know, some of those people, that's their lifestyle, but some of those people are looking for a way out too. So you just never know, the conversation. But if you lead with love, bro, like, and just build with people, that's what it's about, bro. That's what it's about at the end of the day. And like, so thank God for people like you who have a heart of openness to still embrace people no matter where they are in life. You
You
know,
gotta love everybody, man. You gotta show respect to everyone. You know,
got to.
that's the rule, man. Like I feel like treat you know the rule, treat people how you want to be treated. And I feel like in this world, there's a lot of things going on that's not of peace. That you gotta treat people in a nice, kind way. Peace is amazing. Peace is important. And I feel like it doesn't cost anything to be kind to folks. And I feel like acceptance is true, is real. Now, a lot of people who like I feel like it's very important to accept everyone for who they are and and always show love.
Yeah.
That's true.
No, for real, man. And then also, like, just speaking, bro, like, I want to kind of go deeper before we get off of here, man. Is this like for you? So this segment, I normally call it taking it to the streets, right? Just keeping it 100. What made you give your life to God if you have? And if you haven't, what keeps you believing in him even if you haven't gave your life to him completely? Like, why do you believe in God?
I gave my life to Christ when I was young. I had to be about 7 or 8. I think
Mm,
7 or 8. And at the time, I remember being baptized because, my brother was doing it at the time, my cousin was doing it at the time. And, we joined the church. And I remember always being baptized, like, what did that mean to give your life to Christ? When I went to college and realizing that the position I'm in right now is bigger than me,
mm,
and God has given me a great opportunity, and then rededicated my life to Christ to be like, I am a child of God. I believe in God and I believe in His Word. And I think, uh, I think the reason I feel like I have faith and I'm a Christian is because I believe that I'm a part of a bigger plan, and God has a big plan for me, and that all the favor and love he's put into my life. I thank him so much for it, and you know, like for great family, for great friends, and just great amazing opportunities, and being able to continue to do what I do. And I think it's beautiful that I think it's just beautiful, and I always want to gain a better relationship with the Lord, and I always keep my faith. But I think understanding that that God is up there like looking out for me and being dedicated to Him and His word. So
All right, man. That's beautiful, man. And like the fact that you recognize the opportunities and everything, even outside the opportunity, just your being, and having a loving father. One thing that I'm realizing is that sometimes we look at, God in a different light, depending on circumstance. And one thing he wants us to do is run to him no matter what. Like in the good, run to him, in the bad, run to him. And a lot of times we don't acknowledge him. So that acknowledgement is big, man. I tell everybody all the time, like on the podcast, like, listen, I'm terrible. I know I'm terrible. You know what I'm saying? But I have a loving father. I'm saved by grace, and I do not want to abuse that grace, but I understand grace,
mhm.
right? I understand the mercy of it, but God is constantly changing me, and like even doing this podcast, it helps me stay focused, helps me stay on track, to be able to speak and just have conversation with people in the industry. Now, I know before, and I'm gonna just say this while I'm here, this podcast isn't just about athletes, because a lot of people saw, people that was athletic, wearing my shorts and stuff like that. It's really for everybody, as far as actors, filmmakers, basketball players, doctors, lawyers, whatever, who's willing to come on here and speak about the transparency of their life. So the things that they are doing, why they do it, but also the faith purpose. So I'm glad to have you on the show, man, today, man. And before we get off of him, I gotta ask one more thing. Like, what is that big moment you want to have in your career if you haven't already had it?
I want to create bigger films and projects. Um, yeah, I want to create bigger films projects and do a lot of big events and just keep going and reaching out to a wider audience and really be able to collaborate with a lot of folks.
Okay.
That's
So so collaboration. And I'm gonna say this. So you spoke about, for color girls, right?
yeah. Jalen, who phenomenal drummer from Purchase, he put me onto the PMR. He put me onto the PMR stage. He just did the foot
Yeah.
based on Broadway. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so like my thing is I be seeing you drumming, right? And
Mhm.
you be drumming to some heat. Have you ever thought about drumming to a Pharrell song? Because Pharrell is just like, let's talk about producing,
Mhm.
but then your showmanship, your rudiments, and just your feel of music. Like, have you ever thought about trying to do something like that and tag him in it, or
So for I now I'm thinking I'm like I haven't drunk to Pharrell yet. When you said that, I was like I haven't. Yeah, definitely. I love Pharrell. Pharrell's a phenomenal artist. I love what he does. Actually, one of my favorite movies, Dope, is I think it's produced by Pharrell. He did the music
mm,
for it. Yeah, I would love to like perform to a Pharrell song. Yeah,
I
definitely,
gotta see that one day, bro, for real. I think that'd be lit, bro.
definitely. I'll make it happen. I'm gonna start bumping to some Pharrell some more and keep going.
Listen, y'all heard it first on the ELB podcast. He about to get right to Pharrell. So when he do it, I'm gonna share it. Make sure y'all go blow that thing up, show some love. Also, make sure y'all follow my guy. So where can they follow you at? I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the banner for him.
So
But
cool.
where can we follow you at?
So my Instagram is hype man underscore hills. That's hype
Mhm.
man underscore hills. My YouTube is Jahleel Hills, and my website is www.jaleelhills.com. Um, yeah, I have a collaboration and button at the bottom of my website. So if you want to collab, I own a production company, Hype Man Hills Productions. So if you're in New York and you have company needs, what's up? Let's collaborate. Let's talk. Um, yeah, so like I definitely this is a really great platform. It's just cool. I love connecting with people, man. Like different artists. Random thought. I want to get back to directing music videos. I directed a couple music videos back in the day, and
Okay.
I did one a few years ago, but I want to get back into that. So any rappers listening in New York City, Hyman Hill Productions, hit me up. Let's work.
Let's get it. So New York, he looking for you. So listen, we're gonna put that out too. So just give me that information too. I'll make sure, I post it to my social medias as well.
Mhm.
So that way, you can get to work. But I believe it's gonna happen, man. Like I definitely believe it's gonna
Also,
happen.
different. I love working with different. Anyone who's like in the art, like actors, anyone just like that's connected. Like I love working with different people. And also, thank you so much for having me. And this is a really great platform, really great podcast. And I'm glad we get to sit down and chop it up.
Hey, you know it, man, and I'm glad to have you on there. I thank you for the encouragement and the kind words as well. Man, honestly, doing it, I never thought I'd be doing it for real. Shout out to my guy, B, who actually got me involved in this and set me down on his podcast first and told me, man, like, yo, just do it. And I used to be nervous. So when I asked you about the camera, when I asked you that kind of question, like it's because I'm reflecting on it. Like, yo, I used to be afraid of cameras, not taking pictures. I could flick it up, but when it come down to talking and speaking, public speaking, being on the mic, having people see you speak,
Yeah.
bro, nerve wracking.
No, I feel that. Like my church helped me out with that a lot. So in at Berean, I used to deliver the announcements. I used to add my own comedic twist to it, and adding jokes here and there, and I think that really and doing the welcome and presiding a lot. And I even had the opportunity to do a sermon one time for Youth Day, and
Mhm.
I think it's like practicing a lot. Public speaking it could be hard, but I think a lot of practicing. So I shout out to Berean Baptist Church and all the great people who put me in position to really practice my public speaking.
Yeah, for real, man. Shout out to Rand Baptist. Listen, do you still go there?
Yeah, definitely. Heck yeah.
Man,
Definitely.
so
That's my home church right there.
I gotta pull up then. So whenever I get up there to the city, I'm gonna come through for a service for real.
That's,
I'm gonna have to slide through, make sure you there, man, for real.
mhm.
Yeah, man. But any message to the inspiring drummers, actors, film writers, artists?
I
Anything you
say
want to
this.
say?
I feel like I'm still trying to figure it out, man. I'm not gonna hold you, but I feel like one thing I could say is just staying true to your art and believing what you want to do and just trying to put your best foot forward. I think that's the best thing when it comes to this industry, with the best thing that comes to making art and collaborating and just being a working artist. It definitely have its struggles and it could be hard at times, but I feel like this is rewarding and it's a really great thing to do. So just keep going and just stay on the right track and just always just stay true to your art, stay true to what you want to do. Always stay true.
Yes, sir. Well, listen, man, that's gonna conclude this podcast. I'm glad I have my guy on, man. Like I said, I'm glad that we was able to catch up. We definitely gonna catch up off of here as well. So, this is not gonna be the only time I speak to him. This is listen. We back. We on it. And I want to continue to encourage you and all that you do, man. And it's a blessing to see you come from a young man to a grown adult now, and how you're flourishing in your life, and just continue to have a heart to give back, man, and keep being a great person, so
Thank you, man.
all day.
Appreciate
and,
it.
and before we get out of here, for my listeners, remember, to live is to love, as to love is to live. So remember to always keep your heart open, keep your eyes open, keep your heart open. You never know what somebody is going through, and whether they up or down. Just make sure you love on somebody. Also today, tell somebody you love them, because somebody may need it. I know it's the evening time, but listen, your call, your smile, your hug, your encouragement make somebody's day right now. So make sure you get to that. Also, y'all can follow Eternity Living Brand. I'm at Eternity Living Brand on Instagram. Twitter is Eternity5. And then you got Facebook, Eternity Living Brand as well. And if you want to follow me personally, it's T. Austin 22. So listen, we out, man. Make sure y'all love somebody, and I love y'all.